Snow Leopard includes a powerful application that can protect your computer from data loss called Time Machine. Now, Time Machine is not new in Snow Leopard, however it's been enhanced and refined to improve the overall performance of the application. And let me tell you, Apple couldn't have done a better job of making the interface for Time Machine more intuitive. Let's take a look at how we can set up Time Machine to work on our computer. One requirement for using Time Machine is that you have to have an external hard drive connected to your computer. External hard drives are cheaper than they've ever been before. You can get a 1 terabyte external hard drive for a few $100s, which was unheard of years ago. So what we're going to do here, just so you can see the hard drive that I've plugged into my computer, I'm going to go to the File menu and choose New Finder Window. And you can see that over here in my sidebar, I have a hard drive called External HD. And that's a hard drive that I'm going to use for backing up my data. Now, when you plug an external hard drive into your computer running Snow Leopard, it is going to ask you right away, do you want to use this external hard drive to back up using Time Machine? You can say yes right there, and Time Machine will back up your data and configure it for you. What I want to do is walk you through setting it up and show you some of the options available to help Time Machine and improve the performance. So I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to go to the Apple menu, and I'm going to choose System Preferences. And under the System category, I'm going to choose Time Machine. Now, my disk is already set up. However, I'm going to show you how we can do that. If you click the Select Disk button, it's going to show you a list of all the hard drives on your computer. And what you want to do is select the hard drive that you want to use to back up your computer. So I chose my external HD drive, and I'm going to click the Use for Backup button. And you'll notice that right away, Time Machine is ready to go. It's starting to count down before the next backup, and you can see it's already turned on as well. Now, one other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click the Options button, and you're going to see that I've excluded several folders and several drives from the backup. And this is simply because if I ever need to reload my computer, I'm going to reload Snow Leopard from scratch and then just restore my main files. So in this case, I've excluded a couple of hard drives. I certainly don't want to back up the drive that I'm backing up to, so that gets excluded automatically. I'm excluding this hard drive and a couple of other folders that I don't want to back up. To exclude a folder from being backed up, you simply click the plus sign and then choose a drive that you do not want to back up. So if we choose HD, this one's already excluded, so we don't have to do that. But if I were to choose Snow Leopard and choose Exclude, it would not back that drive up. I actually do want that drive backed up, so I'll just remove that from my excluded items list, and I'll click Done. And once again, Time Machine starts counting down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close System Preferences, and you'll notice in the upper right corner that the Time Machine status is automatically being displayed. Now I'm just going to go back into System Preferences because I want you to make sure under Time Machine that you've chosen the Show Time Machine Status in Menu Bar. This is actually pretty useful, and I really like to use this because it gives me a nice indicator letting me know when I'm backing up. So I'm going to quit out of System Preferences. And I can actually see that it already finished backing up my computer. Now, that's because I have already backed this up once or twice before. So your first initial backup is going to be very long. It's going to take a while to back up the data. But once that initial backup is complete, it's going to do an incremental backup, and it'll only back up the modified files each day. The way I work on my computer when I come home, I plug my laptop in and I'll connect my external hard drive, and Time Machine just does its thing. Now, let's take a look at Time Machine. If I go to a new Finder window, I'm just going to display my home folder. And if you come down here to the dock and click on the Time Machine icon, it's going to display the Time Machine interface. Now, like I said, Apple couldn't have done a better job with this interface because it's quite amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this for a second. And I'm going to go into my home folder, into the Pictures folder, under Creative, and I'm going to delete the file boat.jpg. I'm just going to trash it. So I'll drag this to the trash, and I'm actually going to empty the trash. and I think I'm sure, but after I do it I realized, oh, I did not want to delete that file. So traditionally I'd have to dig around, see if I have a copy of it somewhere, call my friends, try to figure out how I can get that file back. But knowing that I've been using Time Machine, I can rest assured that I can access that file very quickly and easily. Let's take a look. I'm going to go back into Time Machine with this window open. And over here on the right, it shows me all the backups that have been performed. Now, Time Machine is just going to continue backing up and adding to that external hard drive until it runs out of space. Once it does, it's going to start deleting the oldest backups first and just adding new ones to it. But you can see here that I have different points in time where this drive has been backed up. So I don't have to go back very far to the previous backup to know that I have my boat.jpg file somewhere. So watch this. I'm going to click back one level of backups to bring that forward, and look at that. There's my boat.jpg image. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select that file and I'm going to choose Restore. Done. That's how easy it is. So as you can see, Time Machine, I can't give this application enough rave reviews because it is the best application that I've used to date, and it really works extremely well. Now, what would happen if your computer would actually crash? Because let's face it, the hard drive is the single most point of failure in any computer. And it's really not a matter of if your hard drive is going to fail, it's when. Sometimes a hard drive lasts a couple of years, sometimes many years, and sometimes 1 year. You just never know when it's going to crash. Time Machine ensures you that if you have a hard drive failure, that you can restore that information quickly and easily. The method by which you would do that is that when you get your new hard drive installed and you're ready to start working, you would boot up your computer from the Snow Leopard install disk. And from there, you can go into the Utilities menu and choose Restore from Time Machine Backup. And you can literally restore all of your files back to the state that they were when your computer failed. Having Time Machine working in the background is a great way to feel secure and feel comfortable knowing that you always have your data backed up and it can always be restored quickly and easily.